welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice Mini Eyeshadow Palette. If you do want to see a review and a demo, please keep watching. I purchased this palette on Ulta's website. This retails for $27. This palette has 8 different shadows. I do want to read a little bit about this on Ulta's website. It does say Too Faced took your favorite warm and toasty shades from their iconic original Gingerbread Spice palette from Christmas past and created a bite-sized version to add a little spice to your life anytime, anywhere. I decluttered my full-size Gingerbread Spice and extra spicy palette. I wasn't using it as much as I thought I would, so I purchased this palette. I also purchased the Too Faced Salted Caramel Mini Palette, so definitely stay tuned for that video. Here's a closer look on what the mini eyeshadow palette looks like. It says Gingerbread Spice. Super cute. I love the little gingerbread men. And then at the top you do have the shade names. When you turn it over on the back, it does tell you a little description. You have the ingredients. So let's open this up. It does come in their tin packaging. It does match the box. When you turn it over on the back, you have the little gingerbread man here, the shade names, and how much product you do get. I do want to compare the Gingerbread Spice mini palette to one of their bigger palettes. This is their pumpkin spice palette, so you guys can see how small this palette is. They're both tin packaging, but it is quite small. Just wanted you guys to see visually what it looked like compared to one of their bigger palettes. It does come with a little mirror. I do want to see if the palette does smell like gingerbread. I'm not getting any gingerbread scent. It doesn't smell like gingerbread at all. Here we have all 8 shades. We're going to start with the first shade here. This shade is called Frostbite Me. Very soft in the pan. I did build up the shade in Frostbite Me just a little bit so you guys can see what it looks like. The next shade is called Warm and Toasty. The next shade is called Gumdrop. The last shade in the first row is called Hot Toddy. The first shade in the bottom row is called Looky at My Cookie. The next shade is called Gingerbread Latte. I'm not sure if you guys can see the shade in Gingerbread Latte, but I am going to be building it up. Slightly see it. It does blend in with my skin tone. The second and last shade is called Spice is Nice. I'm going to try and build up that shade. It's a little bit better. The last shade in the palette is called Figgy Pudding. I'm going to try and build up the shade in Figgy Pudding as well because it kind of blended out into nothing. Here we have all 8 shadows swatched on the back of my hand. Now we're going to create a look using this eyeshadow palette. Taking a fluffy blending brush, we're going to dip into the shade in Gingerbread Latte. We're going to be applying that all over the crease. We're going to be doing circular motion. The shade in Gingerbread Latte blended out so easily. I'm going to be doing the same thing for the other eye. Now that we have that shadow blended out, taking my finger, we're going to go into the shade in Hot Toddy, patting the shadow where my inner corner is and dragging it up. I had a little bit of fallout. I dusted the chunks away, so there's a little bit of specks, but that's totally fine. Clean it up later on. Taking a packer brush, we're going to dip into the shadow in Gumdrop, applying the shadow to the center of my lid. Pressing and patting the shadow in. I'm loving how the look is turning out so far. Using that same packer brush, we're going to dip into the shadow in Figgy Pudding, applying the shade on our outer V. Again, tapping and pushing in that shadow, blending it in just a little bit. I'll just stamp it out a little bit. There we go, that's really pretty. I was not going for a pinky purpley look, but I really do like how the look did turn out. Taking a smaller pointed pencil brush, we're going to dip into the shadow in Frostbite Me. Applying this in our inner corner for a little bit of highlight. For mascara, I'm going to use the Too Faced Better Than Sex. For lips, I'm going to be applying the shade In Toast from the Sephora Collection Holiday Lip Set. If you guys have not seen my review, I'll leave it right over here in the cards if you guys are interested. Here's what everything looks like. My final thoughts on the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice Mini Eyeshadow Palette is that I really do like this. This palette is so versatile. You can go from daytime to nighttime. Now I do realize why I did declutter my two big Gingerbread Spice eyeshadow palettes. I wasn't using them, so this is a great alternative if you don't have those palettes and if you just want to use a couple of the shadows. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.